pre-show. Here we go.
Once it goes live, I'll refresh it, and I'll double check to make sure it's good.
Alright. Says pre-show, so see if we're good.
And, yep, I see us! I see us!
Yay.
Now let me see if I can hear us. Hear us! Hold on. Okay. I think I'm a little fuzzy. Let me see what I can do about that. Let me check this. Test, test, test.
Meow, meow, meow.
You sound great. I just definitely, you can tell I'm on a headset. But it's not even the headset. I think it's clear. It's just static because of the remote play. It sounds good though. We sound pretty even, so I think we'll be okay. Alright, I'm gonna leave that there. And I'm going to pull up. You can probably hear the clock chiming in the background, can't you?
I can. I thought I just turned the inside of the Snugpod too loud or something.
Nope, I'm not in London, contrary to the fact that it sounded like I was just next to Big Ben. My mother has a grandfather clock in the hallway.
I remember
and it's
from
like
last time.
Yeah, it's a Victorian grandfather clock, and yeah. Okay, I think I'm good to go. The only thing I'm going to do is I'm going to send, that's what I picked up my phone, I'm going to send a tweet really quick from our account that pre-show tree show is live. Photos. Canva. I'm just going to use one that we've used previously for ease of everything in the world. Canva, Canva, Canva.
Art is not single use. You can reuse things. Repost
This is
things.
right. This is right. Here we go. We're back. Pre-show tree show is live. That's what we get this week.
Woo!
Pre-show tree show
A little late
live.
with no never, but we're here. That was funny.
Yeah.
Anyway.
A little late. Come join us. Hashtag ESO. Bam.
Need to think of a way to emulate the skirt voids for costumes. Seriously, just the leg void.
Oh, I know. The weird black leg holes between.
It's a void. The leg void.
It's so weird. Gold road and Sophia Elder Scrolls Online Gold Road. Yes. Good. Done. Posting. Check.
I was also trying to get my character to sit cross-legged in one of these chairs while I was waiting for you earlier. One, there is not a sit cross-legged option. I learned after going through all the sits. And two, you cannot use any of the sit emotes in these chairs. You end up just floating.
Silly.
But I tried.
Okay. That is sent. I have the notes pulled. I think I'm good. Ready. I will mute.
Perfect.
Yep.
Hello, and welcome to A Snugpod Cast. We are your hosts. I am Gwen the Bard, and then we have Gone Crazy back soon with me as well. How are you this evening?
I'm good. Hopefully not too crackly because I am via Sigic communication device again.
Good. So what have you been up to this week?
Oh gosh. Well, I finally had a little bit of time to play the game, which is fantastic. It has been a little bit wild because I've been all over the place. I did the weekly Infinite Archive 9 stages thing yesterday on PC with Minwee. And I've also been doing some more Westfield questing. I finished Ontis, and I did, I think I finished it. That's how tired I am. I'm not sure if I finished it. Did a little side quest with Narcissus Dren, and I've just been kind of going around and doing the side quests so that as I pick up main quests, I'm able to talk to people about things that I've already done in the Weald. So that's pretty much what the week's been. It's been a little bit crazy, but other than that, that's it. Maybe a little writing here or there, but I haven't had as much time to do that. So I'm hoping that this week settles down a little bit and I can get some stuff done.
That's nice.
Yeah, what about you?
Chaotic. It's been chaotic. That is the easiest way to say it. So, I'm always talking about no more murder hobos, which...
Mm-hmm.
A way to write out your character. And any good character writing, they always have, like, that one goal, their reason for adventuring, right? Well, my character has had emotional whiplash this week with my questing. Because she had to do she finished Azendar's quest, and then she was helping out Mora, and now she's pissed at Mora, and then there was the Wildburn, and then there was Mora. She has had whiplash, especially after the whole Elsewhere debacle she went through, and now it's just one of those, the next danger she runs into, she's probably going to try to slaughter or something, or it probably doesn't matter. Bastion could, his life could be on the line, but if she got the thing she wanted out of it, she would let him die. She has had a week from all of this questing.
Oh my goodness, sounds like it.
She probably would let Bastion die, but for me it's been fun. I got to finish a companion quest. I got to finish the Gold Road story quest. That was fun. I got to exploring the Westfield and everything. And then I got Mora's Whispers finally, that thing that I've been trying to get since it came out, right? Well, because of the event, I finally decided, you know what? I'm just gonna pop on into the Vile Manse and just keep farming all these chests and bosses and level up my companions. And I haven't been able to find, a proper, complete map of the Vile Manse since I started trying to farm this thing. So I made my own. I drew out the map, and then every time I found a chest, I just started marking it on it, and I swear they teleport, because I have never seen chests in the same place twice in that place. There has to be at least 20 chests in that public dungeon. I kid you not.
Oh my goodness.
So I just decided to make my own map. And so, of course, after I spend the time, drawing out the map and, starting to, mark stuff where I know where it is from, previous experiences and stuff and whatnot, not 2 hours later, I log back in, and it's in that first chest that I open.
No frickin' way.
But then I got it. I got it. So, of course, that's
awesome.
How that works. It just wanted me to be a little extra, and then I got it.
That's how it always is.
Yep.
That's how it always is.
Every time. Also, books are expensive to buy, all of the books from the Mages Guild. It's 140,000 gold if you want all the book collections from the Mages Guild. So if you want them for multiple libraries, you're going to be paying a pretty penny.
You said good luck.
Yeah,
oh
I think
goodness.
I think that might be everything.
I have one quick thing since we were just talking about RNG. So tonight I was at a wedding celebration, and it was for two of my friends that are big old nerds.
Mm-hmm.
and they did their tables by like classes, like D&D and like gaming classes, which was really awesome. But it was funny because the way that they did letting people go up for the buffet was complete like RNG style. So they shuffled up all the cards from the different tables and then just like pulled them as they went so that it was fair rather than doing like one side of the room to the other side or anything like that. And it was really funny because I looked at the table, the people that were at the table with me, and I said, I just want you all to know that I have fantastic in-game RNG whenever I'm doing something, but my real life RNG is really, really bad, which means we're probably going to be the last table to get called. Sure enough, we were the, I think, second or third to last table to be called to get up and go to the buffet. So, yeah, that's my fun RNG story for the evening, but it was a really fun nerd wedding. It was great, but, yeah, I told them, I said, don't count on me real life RNG for anything. My in-game RNG is way better.
Alright, you want to lock down memory lane with me for a second?
Let's do it. Let's do it.
So, remember when you and I went to Vegas together?
Yes.
And you remember when we did the playtest? And
yes.
We struggled to get our characters, and then when we finally did, we went to that one public dungeon, and I was trying to keep you alive, and you were trying to kill things.
Yep, the one right below the bridge in Necrom. Yeah, I sure do.
Yeah. And that was just one hell of a time for us. I'm pretty sure I just had post-traumatic stress from finally going back to that dungeon for the first time since Vegas before we started the show.
That's amazing.
I was like, how have I not been to this public dungeon? I know I've been to this public dungeon. And then I walk into it and I'm like, oh, it's this public dungeon.
You're like, I haven't been there because Katie traumatized me.
I did. I was like, I want to back out slowly. I don't want to do this anymore.
You're like, I'm done. I should leave here now.
And then you saved me by saying you're ready for the podcast. For podcasting.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome.
But talking about scary things, we're going to end up doing this out of order because I'm doing a really good segue here. Do people even ride segways anymore? We should just say transition now. Like, most people probably aren't even going to understand segue. Anyway, scary things. There is still Witches Festival wrap-up. All of the cool things people have made during the Witches Festival.
Yeah. Heck yeah. The spooky seasonal creations there.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm opening it currently, I think, maybe. Let's go, phone. My Sigic devices are not currently working well for me. Okay, there we go. Yeah, there's some good stuff in here. Man, I'm always jealous of how people are able to capture their characters. Like, how are they able to do this? Yeah, should we just read this? Do we want to talk through it? Like, what are we feeling right now with this?
Let's see. Well, let's read the prompt here. It's behold these spooky seasonal creations from the ESO community. And it's the hashtag ESOFam prepared some truly chilling costumes and dreadful decorations to celebrate the scariest time of year. In the spirit of the spooky season, we ask the ESO community to share their terrifying costumes and eerie home decorations with us on our social channels. Check out some of the frightful ones below. And then it is a bunch of different things from different social channels where you have people in their costumes, a lot of crows, witches, some gorgeous houses. This article is all of the non-art. These are all the in-game creations.
Yeah, there's some really cool stuff in here. Like, the costume-wise, there's people that literally, like, made costumes of, like, superhero characters or things like that, and then there's other people that just made really, really creepy-looking stuff.
Is there anything that sticks out to you that you particularly like out of this?
Well, I really like, snowy DCUOs who did the Imhotep, like Mummy Returns inspired costume, because that is one of my favorite movies. So I'm breaking the barrier here of Tamriel by talking about that. But I love those movies, and I thought that this one's like super well done. The other one that I really like is just the whole setup of it from costumes, and it's Weather Dragon's Spooky Scarecrow. I love that they actually like found a wheat field and, you know, pose their character like a scarecrow in the field. I think it's so cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. In terms of the homes, I'm kind of like flipping through it now. There is some crazy, crazy cool stuff in here. The one that they used for the header, the creepy pumpkin by Capsacia, I think is their name, or Capsacia, like with the beams shooting out of its eyes, is so cool. And the like creepy dinner table is really neat too.
Oh yeah, the creepy dinner table, that one really.
By Ballastar.
Mm-hmm. That one really sticks out to me. That's gorgeous.
That's a lot of work too. Like if you look at the detailing of what's actually in that photo.
Because you had to have someone, at least one person's posing there. There's the.
Mm-hmm.
There's the trial dummy, and then you have all of the different. You have more than one person posing there. You have people sitting in the chairs.
There's
Those aren't just
a hollow jack.
Things.
No, there's a hollow jack. There's a. Okay, wait, hold on. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 probably people in the photo. Maybe 5 or 6. But yeah, like it's just really well done. Really, really well done stuff. The community is so creative. I always love seeing how creative they are.
For sure.
I think that's great.
It's a very lively.
That's great.
It's a lively photo. I know that sounds hilarious. The other lively photo that I like is by EF321. It's the skeleton rave.
Yeah, that's fun too. I love it.
Any time you can get multiple players to like pose and work on a project together, those always stick out.
For sure.
But then the other
sure
Halloween stuff we have going on is enjoy our highlights from TS October 2024. And this is going to be all of the drawing prompts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this one, it says, discover some of our favorite submissions from an incredible month of community-made fan art. TES October returned last month to highlight and celebrate ESO's community of fan artists and creators, and as usual, we were delighted to see a host of amazing submissions. Check out some of our highlights from the October prompts below, but know that this is just a small sample of what the community created throughout last month. You can see even more via the hashtag TESOctober hashtag on socials, so go check it all out. Which I wish they had put the calendar there at the top so we could reference it again, but the prompts this year were pretty cool, I thought. Some of the ones that are featured are, there's a really great one of Cadwell for Cold Harbor's prompt. There's also an Altmer exploring the Cold Harbor Plain, which is really, really fun. For the Frost one, we have this sort of like frosty skeleton skull. What do you think that is? Do you think that's a wolf? I'm not sure what that is.
It definitely looks like a canine of some sort.
Yeah, the canine, it's the teeth for me that looks like that. And then there's also someone who has been doing these 3D sculpts of like some of the characters and things like that. So someone did a 3D sculpt of one of the Ice Reach witches, which is really cool. Day 7 through 9 was stealth, and there's some fun ones in here. There's one of someone hiding behind a barrel waiting with the blade of woe, and then there's a frost prompt that somebody did that has frosted sweet rolls with a Khajiit and a Nord, which is really fun.
That is a great way to do frost, because it's just seeing how people interpret things.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Ash, we have one of our buddies here, Pantaloon, Sanguine Stole Your Girl, got featured. So it was one of her Dark Elf characters, and it says, the best I can do is Ash Yams, with a little smirk. I love it. And then this one's really complex and very detailed. It was the Ash Titan that someone drew from City of Ash 2. So that one has a lot of detailing in it. Lots and lots of detailing.
I'm nodding vigorously, but yes.
Yeah. Day 13 through 15 was shore. People are drawing pictures of shores with mud crabs or things with slaughterfish, which are pretty accurate there. And then we've also got...
Slaughterfish are terrifying.
Yeah, those slaughterfish are really scary in that one picture, but I love it. We also have necromancy, and it says a fashionably late submission. And this one's cool because it is this sort of like half skeleton, half person sort of. Almost reminds me of like tarot card style art. But it says, I've taken some creative liberties with the prompt here, but I always did wonder how much Rancer, you madman, got involved in his court mage's dark arts. And then someone else said that they did another necromancer prompt. It was Beast Kotathix, I think. It's a black and white drawing of this really cool necromancer raise, if you will, with skeletons and stuff around. So super duper cool. And there was a vampire prompt as well, so we've got pictures of people's vampires with Khajiits, and we have all of this other like vampire-inspired art. We've got a disaster one, which this one's neat. The watercolor one, ink and watercolor tales. It's Sunhold. It's an interpretation of Sunhold, but it's in watercolor, which is really fun. And we've also got a Twilight as well for disaster. For festival, we have a cool screenshot of someone with their pumpkin and a crow behind them and their witch's hat on. And then we've also just got one that's a general festival one. It's got Hollowjack in his different forms, as well as the witch's cauldron, where the player has turned into a skeleton from drinking the bubbling brew. And then last but not least, towards the end, days 25 through 27, we had autumn. And so we have a lot of different interpretations of people. You know, we've got some screenshots, we've got some drawings of people's characters throughout the month, or different holiday celebrations that have the different characters in them. And then someone, Tomato, not only compiled illustrations of each of the prompt, but actually did an illustration for every day of October, which is pretty epic. And they managed to make their very own Tess October calendar with their stuff for every day plugged into each of those spots, which is a pretty awesome feat. So, yeah. They said at the bottom, once again, we must thank the incredible ESO community for creating and sharing their art. Don't forget, you can see everything the community submitted by using the Tess October hashtag on X and Instagram. Still have more ESO-themed creations you'd like to showcase? Share them with us in the ESO fam via X and Facebook. So there you go. We're getting close to our time to have update 44.
Oh yeah, you already have it on PC, don't you?
We got it on PC, but it's not on console yet. But soon. It's in that weird gray time where I'm back and forth between both things, and I get confused because I'm like, why isn't this the same? The other night I was on my Nightblade on PlayStation, and I played for quite a while on PlayStation. I'm like running around, and I couldn't figure out why the stealth was so different. I'm like, why do I have so much magicka? And then I realized it was because update 44 is not live over there yet.
Wait, what?
So the one of the skills for Nightblades is toggleable now, but when it's toggled on, it like pulls from your magicka pool at a greater rate. It's how they keep people from staying stealth for indefinitely,
Oh,
basically.
come on! First they got rid of my vampire, and now they're getting rid of the... come on!
It's not so bad if you're... Well, for me, as a Stamblade, it hasn't been that bad. But, yeah... It's just a change. I don't mind it too bad, but I'm sure it definitely will affect some people's rotations. So.
I just like being invisible, but... I already go up behind things trying to kill them all the time. Like, you've seen my screenshots. It's just like, I'm just sitting underneath a Daedroth. It doesn't see me. Petatro last week. Like, I just like being invisible.
I love it.
Anyway.
I love it.
Yes. It is that weird gray time because now we have all the community guides for Update 44. So, for PC, who has been trying to experiment for a while, well, now you have some official guides highlighted for you. And for us on consoles, if you want any tips or to know things before they come out, here they are.
That's right.
And it says, learn new tips, tricks, and tidbits related to Update 44 with these community-generated guides. Check out a great selection of guides and builds sourced from the ESO player community, all focused on the changes and improvements contained within the Update 44 base game patch. Note that the below guides were created during Update 44's PTS cycle, and there may be some tweaks and changes beyond launch.
Nice.
Okay. So then there's a bunch of guides that go into some of the things that are coming up that include different changes, a companion guide, scribing, new things added to scribing, some guides for golden pursuits, guides for the new companions, and then like how you were talking about how things are changing, there is a guide for the Nightblade changes. And then the thing we've been looking forward to, the Battleground rewards.
Yeah.
And then some outfit style guides. And of course, there's just a few different guides for different builds and player skills.
Yep. Looks like a pretty good spread of stuff here. And I think, there'll be some really useful stuff in there if you don't know much about Golden Pursuits yet, or if you haven't really kind of taken a look at some of the changes for certain classes, like the Necromancer or stuff like that. This will be a great place to reference. Yeah. And there's one guide from Tamriel Tidbits, who we actually know, and they mention all of the rewards from Update 44. So that one includes the Battleground ones that you were talking about, but it's also got like everything else too, which is pretty crazy. They went through PTS and just compiled all that information, which is wild. So, yeah. There's good stuff in there. Good community guides. I'm going to go through and watch some of them myself because I have not gotten to yet, but I'm excited to see some of those. Yeah.
Now, do you want to look like me, or do you want to kind of look like me? I mean, you probably could look like me. You probably have this actual costume unlocked. The Yarrow Finery. There is a new promotion that they are pairing with Rockstar Energy. The title of this article is Unlock a Costume Fit for a Lord with Rockstar Energy Drinks. And pretty much what it is, it's kind of like with the Dorito thing. You get a marked beverage, and there's a code, and you can redeem it for an outfit that looks sort of like the Jarl Finery. This one is specifically called the Morthal Jarl Finery, and there are some differences. They're pretty similar, especially because we can dye costumes now, so the fact that there isn't red on the Morthal Jarl finery isn't much of a difference. But there is not a fur trim on the Morthal one. Instead, you have epaulets, and that is the biggest difference I can tell.
I was looking to see if I had it right now so we could stand next to each other. How do I not have it? Is it just called Jarl Finery on the regular one?
Yep. I'm wearing the Jarl Finery. I actually went down to get a rock star at my local gas station, like convenience store, that's nearby, and they actually don't sell them. They sell all the other energy drinks, but they don't sell Rockstar. So I did not get one.
That is so random.
Right?
Oh, see, I thought you were saying that you had the other one on, and I was
no,
like,
I don't.
Cool, I'll compare them.
I was gonna get it. I was totally ready to. I was like, why not? I haven't had one in a while. I haven't had a Rockstar in a while. Sure, I'll treat myself. And then I got to the gas station, and that was the only type of energy drink they didn't sell.
Oh my gosh. Silly. Silly. Well, now we're twins. I put it on because I thought we were going to compare and contrast, but we can't. So
we're not exactly twins. You have a better skin complexion over there than me.
Yeah, it looks like you've been through some stuff there, buddy. Are you okay?
It's been a week. Remember how last week I was saying that this week? What you mean? It wasn't an hour until we just sat back down again for round 2, right? No, this time it feels like it's been a month in between.
Oh my gosh, it's true. It's true. Wild.
Yes, if you have access to getting Rockstar Energy Drink, you can get the Morthal Jarl Finery. Or if you have that one friend that drinks energy drinks but doesn't play ESO, which we probably all have that one friend.
I was going to say, we all got that. We all have that friend probably somewhere. Yep.
That's it. That's the news. That's all the news. There we go.
That's it.
That's the news.
We did the thing.
We did the thing. I have some crazy lore, and I'm going to pull it up quick.
Oh, I'm ready. I'm ready.
It's some crazy lore, and give me 1 second here. Give me 1 second.
No problem.
So remember back in... Okay, go ahead.
No. Go ahead. We both caught it at the same time. Go for it.
All right. Remember back in spring when I was doing the Oblivion thing, and it's like, all right, so we have all the companions and how they all joined and blah, 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 blah. But Menimarco, he's kind of just weirdly there.
Yeah.
And then, so I put it in the forums, like, so guys, how did Menimarco join? And everyone's like, we have no idea. I don't know if this has been edited since then, or what, or if it was actually on the back of the case back in the day, but on the UESP.
Incredible.
I'm just gonna read it, because I don't know if I just skipped over it or whatever, but it does say that, let's see, I'm just gonna read the whole thing, because it's been a minute. With the fall of the Remen dynasty and the end of the First Era, the Dragonfires go out without an emperor to light them. In the absence of a clear leader, the 3 warring factions, Aldmeri Dominion, Daggerfall Covenant, and Ebonheart Pact, use the opportunity to expand their territory, at the expense of their rivals and the residents of the imperial province of Cyrodiil. The Tharn family, ancestors of the infamous Jaeger Tharn, forges an alliance with Menimarco to assist the depleted and surrounded Imperial army by reanimating their dead. Secretly, Menimarco betrays his Imperial allies by assisting Daedric Prince Molag Bal in invading Tamriel in an attempt to incorporate it into his realm. And I'm just like, I'm sitting here like, well, of course the Tharns hired him. You know what? That makes sense. Yep, there we go. That would make sense.
Yeah.
But can we also stop and question that, like, Lyris and Sai Sahan were okay with them, like, reanimating their dead allies to keep the city safe? Like, Just
interesting.
now that you know the characters, it's one of those weird things to think about. Like, how did they stay friends during all of this?
Yeah, who knows?
Which, after reading that, is like, oh yeah, you know, that makes sense, because you picture it with the OG cinematic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyway, that's our bit of lore for the night, and me being an idiot.
You're not an idiot.
I'm not. But
there's probably a ton of people that play this game that have never
much...
seen those cinematics.
Right? And there's so much we just skip over because, like, we've seen it so many times before, and then we forget about it because it's been a decade.
Yeah, it's very true. It's very true. And they're constantly adding stuff in between as well, like adding to the lore. So, you know, that's the fantastic thing about the game, but it is also what makes it hard to keep up with sometimes. Especially if you can play... I was thinking about this the other day and talking with someone. I said, it's a blessing and a curse that you can play the content in any order. Because the ability to play in any order means that players can do what they want when they want, which means hopefully it will keep them engaged more than forcing them to level through something. But at the same time, it has the counter effect as well, right? Like, you might lose track of some of the story or like certain characters or things, even some of the ones that you repeat that you see constantly in the chapter zones, you know, over and over again on side quests. Sometimes it makes it hard to keep track of like what they've been doing or where they are or how those stories intertwine with each other. So they've been doing a pretty good job with it lately of going back and recapping. Like, one of the things that I really actually liked about Necrom, it was a little tedious if you did it like back to back to back, but one of the things that I liked about Necrom was when you returned to certain NPCs and you said, hey, I've been doing this, what's going on? They gave you a quick recap of like the last, you know, 2 things that had happened that were majorly related to the storyline or whatever. So I thought that was a nice touch because it meant that you could walk away from it for a while and then come back to it and not just be like, okay, why am I in the middle of this dialogue? I don't remember who so-and-so is and why am I trying to kill someone or, you know. So I think that they're being more specific with their unreliable narrator when it comes to recapping things, but I also think that it's incredibly difficult because they have the difficult task of, oh, this content falls potentially in this order, but a person can play it at any order they want. So that's tough. That's a tough place to be.
Yeah.
You know?
But that's why we have this year's chapter, because it explains how everything works.
Yeah, I'm not there yet. No spoilers. But I do...
It's not a spoiler.
I do, like, sort of think I get it. So, we're going to have to do our Wall of Crazy show soon.
Dark Brotherhood.
Is it?
It's Dark Brotherhood.
Gwen? You know what's funny about that?
It's Shadow Scales.
Interesting. You know what's funny about that? I haven't finished the chapter, and the other day I was looking at something, and just based upon where we've been going on maps and the fact that the Dark Brotherhood's 10-year anniversary of that chapter release will be in 2026, I thought there was a very good chance of that as well.
It's Dark
either this next year or the following year. But I haven't finished the quest line yet, so we'll see if my thoughts and things change based upon that. But
my opinion has nothing to do with the quest line. It's just Dark Brotherhood.
You just think it's Dark Brotherhood?
Oh, I know it's Dark Brotherhood. It's Dark Brotherhood.
Why?
It has to be Dark Brotherhood.
Because 2 years ago, that's what you suggested when we were in Vegas. So we're to the point now where it would be in development, so it's got to be there.
I'm glad you understand. It totally makes sense. No, it's just...
See?
It's just
totally
Dark Brotherhood.
Sense.
I'm just on a Dark Brotherhood binge, so that means we're getting Dark Brotherhood. Past couple of years, we got things I completely didn't want, and so now I want Dark Brotherhood. So we get Dark Brotherhood.
You're like, this is my time. This is my turn.
I want
we got the year of Lotus. Why can't we have the year of Gwen?
Yeah, the year of the Void. Can I just
You're
yell
the
into the
void.
void? Can I get the void, please?
Hello, Void? Hi, it's me, Gwen the Bard. Yeah, I went to Markarth this one time. It's funny what you see down there, but I was just wondering if we could talk about the Void. Oh, man. My goodness. Well, we'll have to see. We'll have to do our Wall of Crazy, and you can expound upon your Dark Brotherhood theories. But I, too, also did have a bit of a theory about that, so it'll be fun.
I have nothing to back that up.
Well, there's a little to back it up, in my opinion, somewhere. So, we'll see. But I'm not 100% convinced, because Dark Brotherhood released in 2016. So I am almost thinking that if they do Dark Brotherhood, it won't be 2025, but 2026. So, we'll have to see. More on that later. We want to do a speculation show when we have the kitty cat here, too.
Yeah, we need the cat.
Yeah, we gotta have the cat for that.
That way he can tell us about how they will reveal that Nern's gonna be flat.
Yeah, he's gonna tell us all the reasons why flat Nern is the best Nern. Oh my goodness. Well, we would ask him where didn't the Dwemer go, but he's not here, so.
Yep.
Maybe that's why he's not here. Maybe he found them.
He got taken. They're making him eat mushrooms.
He found them. He's gonna turn into a Falmer soon.
Falmer Khajiit.
Oh boy, that would be terrifying. Whoa. Anyway, yeah. Okay, so I know that we've been talking about emails, and I see that we have no more unanswered emails here, but I think the ones there were two of them. One was like a suggestion about like having people on the show to be with us and discuss some stuff, which we have talked about doing, so maybe in the future? So there's the answer to that one. But then also, I think there was one that asked, it was a while back, we had two that were very similar. One that just asked, like, where do you think we're going next year? And that was last year. But then I think that newest one from Genova Seth might have been asking us about, like, speculation this go-round, I thought. But maybe I'm wrong. Let me open the Gmail and see. Which, if that's the case, maybe we save it for the Wall of Crazy, and then we just answer it then. But I did have it start, I think, so let me look.
We'll have to wait on the Wall of Crazy still, because it's not total end of year yet.
Oh, this was like what brought you to ESO and what expansion and stuff did you start with? This was sent back in June.
We did that one. We answered that.
Did we do that one? I guess I just forgot about it. Did we do that? If you were to rate every expansion, what order would they be? Yeah, we did do that one, didn't we? Okay. Did we?
We probably did, but I don't remember.
I mean, we can wait for that one too if we want with the cat.
We could always
just to see.
We could do a re-rate now that we've done Gold Road.
Yeah, or some of Gold Road. Yeah. That's true. I haven't finished it, so I don't know that I would include it.
When we do our end of the year thing, we'll do a re-rate.
Yeah, I think we can do a wrap up there. Mm-hmm. But I will answer now that it's out. How are you enjoying it? Well, I'm liking it a lot, but I think that they've kept it fairly fresh in terms of like freshening up delves and things like that. So for me, I'm really liking Westfield. It's one of my go-to places if I'm just wandering around or doing stuff thus far. So, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Is there anything else, Gwen? Is there anything else we need to... You want to chat about? I don't know. You got a shout-out under there.
Yeah. Also, shout-out to all of the people who have been liking our the Snugpod on YouTube, like actually liking the videos. One, thank you to everyone who follows us on YouTube too. That's great. But I've noticed the past couple of weeks we've had an uptick where people have been actually liking and watching on YouTube, and I appreciate that. It means that some people may actually be looking at the crazy decorating that we do in the Snugpod and liking it along with our audio.
Yay! Oh, Crown's in chat with us, Crown Esso. But I was trying to read, I just now came back to it because I've been toggling back and forth between channels, so I wasn't seeing all of them. Yeah, the old cinematics are the bomb. Have you seen all of them?
Yes.
Gwen?
Yes.
What's your favorite one?
Oh my gosh. I don't. Oh, that's a hard question.
I know. That's why I asked. I'm being a mean Bosmer right now. I wanted you to pick something. It's a tricky one.
It is, because, like, I associate them all with different things. You know, like with the chapters, I just associate them with different things. And when I'm analyzing them, I'm analyzing as part of, like, the chapter and the characters that you view in it and how well it encompasses, like, if it's showing a new class and stuff. When I'm looking at them, I don't think of it as, like, ooh, shiny, I love this is perfect. Like, I never really watched them just going, ooh, I watch it with an analytical eye. So it's hard to choose one that I favor. Does that make sense? I know that's kind of disappointing on your question, like, no, it's dropping your question there, but... No,
it's not disappointing. I totally get that. You're, like, pulling it apart and kind of looking at it in a very analytical way to see what interests you or what pulls your eye and all that stuff. So I totally get that.
I get that. I feel that, or I watch movies the same way. I'm a horrible person to watch movies with.
Amazing. Yeah, amazing. One of my absolute favorite is the Somerset one. I love the narration. I love the elf that's featured in that one.
Actually,
and I love Roz.
I've seen the Somerset one.
What?
Yeah, I think that's the only one I haven't seen. I don't think anyone ever showed me that.
Oh my gosh. After this is done, I am going on YouTube on my phone and I am sending you the link on my phone so that you can watch it. It is one of my favorite ones. The music is great. The visuals are great. It's got Razumdar in it. It's great.
Yeah, the first time I saw Somerset was like, someone sent me a clip of, I think it was like Zynote or whatever, going, I've seen this before, and it's like a picture of Disney Castle and a picture of Alinor.
That's funny. That makes sense. That's funny. That's funny. Yeah, that's definitely one of my favorites. I'm not sure which one is my actual favorite, but the Somerset cinematic was pretty awesome.
I'm going to say Elsewhere. If I have to choose, I'm going to say Elsewhere.
It's a great one. Which one? The first one or the second one? So, like, the one with the actual dragon fight or the one before that?
They're both good.
They are.
They're both good. But, like, the animation, I know this is me being really analytical about it and not, like, just saying it's bright and shiny. And also, I can totally be taken as biased because, like, yeah. But, dragons, right? But, like, they introduce the new class well. They show, the animation is astounding. It's gorgeous. It's very well animated. And dragons. And it explains the storyline and introduces your main set of characters very well. So, I'd say the Elsewhere ones.
Yeah, they're great. They are good stuff.
I may also just be saying elsewhere because I had to stare at like Abner's face to figure out that beard fair so much that I have it embedded in my brain from just staring at it for so long, for figuring out all like the highlights on the beard when I was adding all the highlights and lowlights.
That's fair. That's fair. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I like that. The other one that I personally like is just it's a clip that I'll talk about, and it's the end of one of the original cinematics where you've got the three heroes and they start to walk and they're perfectly spaced in a circle and it creates the Ouroboros and they're in each of the positions of their respective alliance. I think that's such a cool freaking shot, and like, yeah. Every time I see that one, I get like little chills. I'm like, whoo. So
the latest one, the Gold Road one, that was very good.
I did love the Gold Road one.
It's just like you got your epic battle, you got your villain that wins, you got to show the new like big bad, you get to see some of the area, the music's good.
I think it's really fun how the three heroes started out literally fighting each other and beating the crap out of each other for so many cinematics, and then all of a sudden they started working together. It's because it represents the player character.
Yeah, it's one of those. It represents the player character. You can play together now, but if you're just working alongside someone you don't like after a while, eventually everyone starts working together because you got a common goal.
Yep.
Yeah, like Never said, common enemy. Exactly.
So, yeah. Well, I don't know. I think that's pretty much it, right?
Yeah. No, now I just gotta go watch this Somerset cinematic.
Yeah, I already sent it to you.
Oh, okay. Well,
I did it while I was thinking about it.
You read the announcements, and I'll watch that quick.
Oh my goodness. Okay. So we've got our normal guild announcements, of course. We have our Mondays with Moki. That's our fishing or Cyrodiil or, like basically whatever guildies want to group up and do. There has been a time adjustment to this event, so we always say that it's usually grouping at 7:30 with the event at 8 Eastern. Now it's grouping at 8:30 with the event at 9 Eastern because of Moki changing time zones where she is. So, just be aware there is a time zone change there if you're participating in that event. It's something that I've got to get updated in our guild chat, but yeah, hopefully that update will be coming soon. The other thing that we do is on Tuesdays we focus on dungeons. That's dungeon runs for achievements, points, trifectas, hard mode, normal, whatever you want to do. We encourage everybody to group up on Tuesdays, get together, have a good time, and run through the dungeons. So there's no formal sign up for that one. It's just sort of a, hey, we've got a spot for you to remind you that, Tuesdays we do this, which is really cool. Then we have our Fearless Friday with Arthuria Dragoon because Undaunted, we are
Undaunted.
I hear the cinematic music in the background.
No, you're not.
Amazing. I recognize that music anywhere.
The music box
so
corner,
good.
It's fine.
Yeah. That's what it is. But yeah, so we have our Undaunted Fridays with Arthuria Dragoon, where we go through the daily dungeon delves and whatnot to help level that undented. You will be dented after certain dungeons, but the undaunted skill line. For all of our events, as always, there's no set level, there's no parse required, there's no crazy things like that. It's just, please come have fun with your guildies. Of course, there will be requirements for certain things that the game requires itself, but for most of our events, there's no level requirements that are needed. So, yeah. Social media. You can find us a bunch of different places. You can find us on X at Snugpod Cast. You can also send us one of those wonderful emails that we were talking about just a little bit earlier, snugpodcast@gmail.com. In your email, you can ask questions, you can give us a review, you can tell us things we need to fix. Heck, you could send us a picture of pizza. Learhall did that once. You can do whatever you would like for that email to get to us. If you're here with us right now, you're probably watching Twitch, which is twitch.tv/snugpodcast. But if we had the kitty cat here, he would also be streaming it onto YouTube, and you'd be able to search for Snug Podcast to find us. Whew. I think that's most of our social media. The only thing left is what happens if they want to join the guild. I don't know if Gwen is ready to talk about how they can join the guild.
This is a really long cinematic.
I know. When you're like, I'm just going to watch it while you do the announcements, I was like, I don't think you understand.
I only got like a minute left. But yes, if you want to join the guild, exactly, loreseekers.club. Thank you, thanks.
I heard a Khajiit. Thanks, Khajiit. There's a small Khajiit in the background that was like, wow.
She's supporting. She's very helpful.
Amazing.
So go to loreseekers.club, and then we'll take you to the Discord, right? Takes you to the Discord. Join us in the Discord, where you fill out an application, tell us why you want to join, read the rules, basically make sure we're a good fit for you, and you're a good fit for us. If you do hardcore trials and stuff, we're probably not good for you right now.
We're probably not your guild at the moment, unless you're feeling like leaving them.
If you love socializing and questing, generally in the evenings, we're probably a good fit for you.
That is true. So, yeah, once you go there, like Gwen said, it'll send you a quick application. You can fill it out, send it back, and usually we get back to it within 24 to 48 hours. So we'd love to have you if you're looking for a guild home. And we are on, for us, it's on PlayStation, but the Lore Seekers themselves are on all the platforms. Yeah, I think we did it.
We did.
We did. Kat, you got anything to add since you're here in the chat? The Undenting, best blacksmith shop name ever. Oh, thanks, Crown. Thank you. Oh, goodness. 2 + 2? 4. Thanks, Never. Wow.
Anyway.
And on that bombshell. Oh, my goodness. Well, I guess that's it for us, huh?
Yep.
Well,
remember, Nern's not flat?
Nern's not flat. 2 + 2 apparently is 4 for Never. And I think most of the rest of us too. But until the next time when we argue about whether Nern is flat or not, because he's saying yes it is in the chat, be kind to each other, have a great week, and we'll see you next time, right?
Bye.
Sleep well, Tamriel.